Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Church of the Ascension podcast. It's September, and Father Matthew has been on the job here for at least about a month now, a little over a month, I guess.
That's right.
So, Father, how's it going?
Hey, so far so good. You know, we've had a lot that we've done in a couple. It's now a month and a half or so, but a lot of ground covered. You know, several things we've had to be attentive to just with the start of school.
Sure.
Mindful of all the needs that we have to meet. But, you know, for every need that has been presented, I've marveled in that there's been an answer.
Right.
You know, the right people in the right place at the right time for so many things. So tremendous blessing.
Divine intervention.
Yeah, I think so. You know, nothing so major that it's just like, oh, you know, we rack our brains about what to do about this or that. But again, you know, where the even little needs, big needs, there's been an answer, the right people in the right place at the right time. So that's just a beautiful thing to think about. Entering into parish ministry here, I'm so mindful of my role is to kind of shepherd the whole community.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the life of a parish. It's a community of the faithful, but that I shepherd both the church, the school, all parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a wonderful thing. We've got some really, really good people at Ascension doing a lot of really good things.
You know, that's the thing with Ascension. It's just such a vibrant and passionate parish.
Right.
A lot of passionate parishioners that really, really care about their parish. And to me, that's what makes the place so special.
Yeah, it's really tremendous. It's tremendous. And, you know, for me, as I look at it, I think about my past experiences so far in ministry. It's like somewhere in between what Holy Spirit is, what St. Leonard is.
Mm-hmm.
It favors both places,
Mm-hmm.
I think, in certain respects. So I feel really prepared, right, to meet the needs of the parish going forward. So I have great confidence. I have great hope. And certainly I can imagine us talking more about that. But I have great hope for the life of the parish. I can see so many good things on the horizon.
I love it. Well, we're so grateful to have you on board. It's been a blessing to have you in our parish, I can tell you that. Father, speak to us about some of the repairs that have been going on here lately. Yeah,
so not long after my arrival, we discovered a need to make a major repair in our school building. And so we sought to do that rather quickly. You know, consulted the Archdiocese, went through all the protocols we needed to for that. But it was kind of a threefold thing, and I won't, you know, get into all the details of it, but we had to work on the roof, we had to work on some internal guttering, and just abating some moisture, you know, some issues with that. But we really acted quickly on that. So pleased that we're almost finished with those repairs. So it's a wonderful thing. As that's wrapping up, the last of things will be to repair tile work going to the school cafeteria. So folks, if they were there for the opening of school and things like that, they would have seen that. Parents would have. But again, you know, shout out to Terry for being, you know, very, very diligent to help get that work going.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Forens and others that really helped move that along. So we're very grateful for that. But no, that's a great example of where there was a need, the right people in the right place at the right time, and others. So. That I could name, but you know, but again, they're there, so it's a wonderful thing.
Fantastic. Okay, so we've got a few initiatives coming up. The first one I'd like to talk about is EMS, which is Easy Money Sweepstakes. Now, this has been around for several years, really since I mean, as long as I've been there. So we're talking as a parent at least, so 10, 11 years. Tell us what EMS is and what it supports.
All right, so EMS, the Easy Money Sweepstakes, like you said, it supports our PTO, the vital work, and for that matter, their efforts in supporting our school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, PTO exists to advise our principal, of course, but to support the good work of our school. The proceeds for EMS, they go to supporting classroom technology. That's a major priority at Ascension, making sure that we're equipping kids for the future, what that looks like. But for technology as it is in the present, so that they're well equipped in all things. So it goes again to things like iPads, 3D printers, robotics kits, things like that, that we really want to support in the life of our school. You know, PTO works really hard to make these things happen, and I'm so grateful for all their efforts. It's really a tremendous thing. We've got some really good people working hard in that way. But you know, they're selling tickets after every Mass right now, and that'll happen through October 7th. So that's kind of a fun thing, you know. Mm-hmm. The kids are excited about it. The parents are excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. It's just like.
Well, I tell you what's cool about it is you have a chance to win. So yeah. I know that there's There's a lady that lives in my neighborhood that loves it, and it's a way of gambling for her in a way, to where she spent, I think she's won a couple times over the years, but it's not a tough sell because you can win money back. The kids get great prizes. There's no reason not to support it.
That's right. That's right. It's $20 a ticket. They got me for more than one ticket. I won't say how many.
Right.
But that's a great thing. I love to support things like that. And giving back, supporting our kids, that what we do for them, the example we set in all ways,
sure,
it means so much. I'm just mindful of that it's an attitude of stewardship, and that carries over into other things that are up and coming. But I think about how do we take care of who God has given us and what God has given us.
Okay.
That's kind of the substance of stewardship. It's just really on my mind. But so when I think of EMS and I think of other things that are up and coming, I really marvel at the opportunity that's set before all of us to make a difference.
Right.
EMS, a $20 ticket in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of small potatoes.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
But at the same time, that little, even one ticket can make a difference. If people are on the fence, like, well, I don't really want to deal with that, or I don't want to do this. It's like, yeah, $20, one ticket, you're doing something there.
That's right.
Right. It's little. And then if for nothing else in all these things, all of our efforts to pray that they succeed, right? Because if those sorts of things, the little things become the big things, they transition into bigger things. But if we can succeed in that way, we all succeed.
Amen.
Right? So it's really, really a wonderful.
And you might be able to win $500 too.
That's not bad. Yeah, if you're not in it, you can't win it.
And listen, we wouldn't be totally upset if you just donated that back. But hey,
sure,
right. You're not in it, you can't win it. Isn't that the lottery state? I think that's what the Kentucky Lottery says.
Well, it may be. So
if you don't play, you can't win. The second big initiative right now, this one's near and dear to my heart, is the Catholic Services Appeal, which you hear referred to as the CSA. Now, Father, I don't know that people really understand the significance of CSA, but give us your take.
Gosh, it's tremendous. The work of the CSA is ongoing. It's perennial. So really what we're doing there is trying to support our vital ministries in the Archdiocese. Certainly, there are various funding streams that exist to help meet the needs of the wider church here in Louisville. We might think more cohesively, call it the local church of Louisville.
Right.
55 parishes just in the city and another 53 or so outside the city.
That's right.
Right. So there's so many people affected by this. If we've got about 200,000 or so Catholics that we're ministering to on a regular basis, baptized Catholics, and otherwise the wider community, all the social services, the things that we provide that would not be possible without the good work of the appeal. They mentioned it, the Archdiocese and others, that we have one of the lowest assessments in the country.
That's right.
Right. It's really a tremendous thing because our dollars, our local churches, every individual church, helps provide for the needs of the Archdiocese and function. That all these ministries exist, from worship to seminarian education, which is really one of the biggest things that's near and dear to me. For obvious reasons, but all the way down to our pro-life ministries, our Catholic charities, the good work that they do.
That's right.
So many things. I could just go on and on about what it does and who it affects. But it's a tremendous collaboration across the Archdiocese to help meet those needs.
Well, and what I think that maybe Ascension parishioners don't always recognize is a lot of those dollars come back to Ascension.
Oh, sure.
There's many ministries that are helped right here in our own parish that are funded by the CSA. It wouldn't be possible without the CSA. And that's one of the things, when I first got started in it, I think somebody told me, well, that's just the priest retirement fund. While that is a very small portion of what CSA does, man, the greater good of what the CSA is just so much more and so much more important.
Right, and I'm living evidence of it.
That's right.
The CSA work.
That's right.
It's a tremendous thing. We have I think about 20 seminarians right now. That's probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, line item of the CSA. That particular part, for all the things that we do. But I think about the formation that I received, how that translates now. I've not been a priest very long. So I lean on my formation. Yeah. Right. I lean on my formation and the experience that I've had so far to help set a course for how I comport myself in ministry, how I set priorities, how I am looking to the future, setting a vision, knowing what's possible, right, based on what I've been taught. But I think about the 4 dimensions of formation. There's human formation, there's spiritual formation, intellectual formation. and pastoral formation. All of that culminates, again, around the identity, building an identity of a shepherd, what it means to truly pastor. We get that word pastor,
right.
shepherd. So it's something that's brought to bear in a very visible way, my presence among the folks at Ascension. So I'm really just mindful of the good that it can do, and that continues, that work continues. But it's not cheap work. I mean, it's not,
Right.
There was someone that told me once upon a time, I was in college, so I took a variety of courses. I did a major in biology, did minors in business, and then finance. Mm-hmm. And I remember one of the best lessons came from one of my finance courses. Mm-hmm. You can have things 2 out of 3 ways any one time.
Okay.
So you can either have things good, cheap, or fast. Again, 2 out of the 3 times. 2 out of the 3
Right.
only exist. You can have things good and cheap, but it won't be fast.
Okay.
Right. You can have things fast and cheap, but it won't be good.
Right.
You can have things cheap and good and fast, but it won't be cheap.
Wow. That makes a ton of sense.
Right. So, but again, that's a frame of reference that connects back to the work we're doing. CSA is not just one day. It's not just 1 month. It's ongoing. But it's kind of a slow process that we move through.
Right.
But that we try to, again, all of us together try to meet the needs. We walk together.
Now, and I don't know if you know the answer to this, but Ascension typically gets close to or meets their goal, mm-hmm. I would assume, right? I know that we're normally close. How do you plan on showing us as a parish at where we stand with our goal this year?
Right, so we'll keep up with that through regular media updates.
Great.
So we'll look for that, of course, on our website and our bulletin,
right.
in our newsletter, things of that nature. It'll be announced at Mass too.
Okay.
Throughout the month of October and beyond, because I'm mindful too, and we'll talk about this more as we go along, I'm sure. But there are so many opportunities to give. Whether it be a second collection, whether it be the Easy Money Sweepstakes. Now CSA is taking shape.
Right.
And then later on, we'll talk. When we get into subsequent months, we'll talk about things like I Give Catholic. This last quarter of the year is really just a quarter to really think about stewardship, to think about giving back, and not just giving back, but paying things forward, so that the work of ministry can continue in a robust way.
That's right. Yeah. So do you recall the theme of the CSA this year?
So I've got it right here. Yeah. So easy enough. So I had it mailed to me too.
Got it.
But yeah, giving hope to all.
So it's interesting. We were involved with the video that Archbishop that hopefully we show at the parish that is all over the internet. There's some movie magic there. I'm not going to give it away. I thought maybe I'd kind of give away how we did it, and I thought it'd be a cool podcast story. But I encourage you to watch it because there's some movie magic how we made all that work. Mm-hmm. And if you have a theory, and if you see me sometime, ask me how we did it because it's a pretty neat story.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Of course, we'll show that at Masses this coming up weekend. So give people an opportunity. We worked on making that possible with temporary TV.
Awesome.
So the people can see the message from the bishop himself. Yeah. In addition to whatever I would say and otherwise.
Got it. All right. Next topic: parish outreach for the month of September. It looks like we are supporting St. Bernadette Diaper Bank. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so donation baskets are available in the gathering space near the sacristy. I highly encourage folks to really participate in this effort. I think it's one of the few, if not one of the only, free diaper banks in the Archdiocese in the city of Louisville. There may be others I could be unaware, but I know that this is a really...
Little Way Ministry does one that's kind of the West End base, but that's the only other one that I know of.
Yeah, so it's good work on their parts as well. But it's a tremendous thing for us to support, and I actually ran into a few others that are involved in it at St. Bernadette, and I said, any way we can support you.
Awesome.
I'd like to continue that. Whatever our partnership, if we want to expand that in any way, I think it's a tremendous thing. You think about what it means to encounter the needs of others, to encounter them, and to support them in such a way that it offers people greater dignity, greater human dignity.
That's right.
That we support mothers, that we support babies, that we support folks as best we can in all of our efforts, try to meet authentic needs. Mm-hmm. And I think about that with what is a parish? What is the purpose of a parish? How do we derive a mission in a parish? We look at authentic needs first, right? And I think you mix that in with the thought of like CSA and other things, mm-hmm. Giving hope to all. It's like, well, what does hope even mean, right? we can say, yeah, I hope to win the easy money sweepstakes. I hope to
Right.
to go down to the gas station and I hope to win the lottery.
Right.
But hope is so much more.
Yeah, it is.
Right. Those things kind of give us a taste of what hope can mean, that we desire something, right? Or that something can be different. Change can be, change comes with those things. But hope really for us, our hope is an evergreen hope, right? Because our hope is not just a thing. It's not just an idea, but our hope is a person. Our hope is Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Right. The Word made flesh. I was just talking to the kids about this yesterday at school mass, and I asked them. I always try to ask them questions. It's not always, well, I guess not always, but a lot of the time. And I said, where is God present to us in the mass?
Mm-hmm.
Right. There are 4 primary ways. Right. So we think of the Eucharist, Christ's substantial presence among
right.
us. Then we think of maybe it's not thought of, but it can be thought of easily, that the Word proclaimed. So the Scriptures that are proclaimed. You have the Word proclaimed, and then you have the Word consumed. That's why we call it a twofold table, the altar and the ambo. Then, Christ present in the priest, right? In persona Christi capitis, in the person of Christ, head of the church. That the priest is one set apart from the assembly to lead the worship as head for all the mystical body of Christ. And then last, but certainly not least, is the person of Christ present in the assembly,
Okay.
the Eucharistic assemblies. All of us gathered there. That we all put on Christ at each and every Mass, and then we take Christ with us to the world.
Fantastic.
Right? So I'm just mindful of those things. That is where we derive our hope.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone's ever wondering, you're walking through Ascension on a given day, maybe not much is happening or school is happening, so it's kind of quiet, whatever it is. The church is our center of life. And it's so marvelous that you can see so clearly as you're walking in to the narthex area. It's clear glass. But you can see the altar, you can see the tabernacle, that we never lose sight of that, right? But that's the thing that makes it all work. Because if that wasn't there, none of the rest of the stuff would be there.
That's right.
Right? We wouldn't have a sense of mission.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't make any sense. But because of that altar, because of Christ's presence among us, we have true hope, right? We have all we need to do things, whether it be the easy money sweepstakes, knowing what that supports, the CSA, supporting the parish outreach with the St. Bernadette Diaper Bank. I mean, it's just all these things go together, and they culminate around the hope we have from the altar, from the Lord himself. Yeah.
All right. So as it concerns with St. Bernadette, you encourage parishioners to bring things into the sacristy, or where would you like them to bring?
Yeah. So you'll
donations?
notice actually as you're walking into the church, so next to the sacristy there are baskets, large
Perfect.
baskets, and so Patrick, our director of stewardship, he maintains those donations and secures those, makes sure that they get where they need to be. So we're really grateful for him and his work in that way. And it's ongoing, so from month to month, our focus may change, but for now, that we could have a robust effort, and people can find more information on this with our website, our bulletin, all of our communications. We try to maintain an awareness of these things. So, yeah.
So you had mentioned school mass. In light of kind of some of the recent developments, there's some additional security going on at school masses.
That's right. So this is with these sorts of things. Of course, we're all very aware now of what happened in Minneapolis,
right.
the Annunciation Church and School, and our hearts go out to them. My goodness, they go out. Our hearts, our prayers.
Devastating.
It is. I mean, it's just you think about it. Just so many things. I've lost sleep about it. Of course, I think any pastor or anybody that has a church, a school,
because that could be us, right?
Well, and we pray that it never happens,
right?
Definitively. So I'm just so mindful of that. But I thought, one of the lessons I learned back in the seminary is that there's always a difference in how we approach these things, whether we react or whether we respond.
Okay.
So I'm always very careful that we respond. Now we responded rather quickly, and that's good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I hoped for. And part of our response is that we now have security officers who will be securing our perimeter.
Fantastic.
While we're in the church proper for school mass. So I'm so pleased that we have that now. It's a great consolation. I know some parents, in fact, have let me know of that already, just what that means. And of course, we look to do more. All right, we look to do as much as what we can, but we take recommendations from as far as experts on the matter. And from all that I could gather, from all that the good work that Terry has done on this in an ongoing way, we're one of the safest places really, I think throughout Jefferson County, but throughout the state. But I'm ever mindful, that all of us have a part to play with safety, to stay vigilant in all things. We're tucked away in the back of a neighborhood,
right?
Whereas other churches may be on a major thoroughfare, and they're always on alert.
Correct.
So it's easy to not be on alert in our situation. So that people are just vigilant. Keep an eye out. Make sure that as far as there's a lot of movement on our campus, kids walking this way, that way. Parents walking kids to school. Just if we step back from the more extreme things, but think about the more, just typical daily things, watching for kids walking on the street, right? Or parents walking their kids to school, driving slowly, right? Everybody taking their time. Because at the end of the day, a school year is a stretch of time. It's not just a moment, right? But a lot happens, a lot of good formation. So many good things happen in a school year.
Right.
And we want to take our time. But again, with the safety things, with the ongoing efforts we have with that, I'm always mindful that everything we do, that we make a response and not just a reaction.
Yeah.
Because responses last, right? They're enduring, and they're usually rooted in the best of evidence, the best of protocols, things like that we can really maintain for the long haul.
Well said. This next one I'm super excited about because I know Deacon Everard because I got to do a video on him, and he's such a neat guy. So talk to us how Deacon Everard is going to be involved.
Yeah, very exciting. Deacon and I were in seminary for a number of years together.
Got it.
So,
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so we were, we were contemporaries there, and then I transitioned, of course, I was ordained to the priesthood, moved in over at Holy Spirit, St. Leonard, and not so much to my surprise, but it was so quick. They asked me to help supervise him. Father Chandler and I, we supervised Deacon Everard for his ministry before he was a deacon, so leading up to that moment for a year. And he helped out with catechetical ministry, things like that. Very, very bright guy.
Oh, yeah, he's awesome.
Very bright guy. And he's got an amazing story.
He does.
He really does.
I can't wait for our parishioners to learn that. And maybe we can have him on one day and he can tell it because it's a really cool story.
Oh, it is. Yeah, we definitely should attempt that because he's already preached. I'm going to try to give him opportunities to preach. Preached a great homily on the exaltation of the cross, what that means in our lives. But,
awesome.
That's the beauty of so much of the formation at St. Meinrad focuses in on our preaching because that's something a priest does every day.
Right.
But I find that he's grown so much. So pleased with him and I think he's going to make an excellent priest in time. He's not far from ordination.
Yeah, he's close.
So we'll have him here for this semester.
Okay.
There are changes in seminary formation, so he will be exiting the seminary in December. He'll be graduating.
Got it.
But won't be ordained a priest until May or June of the next year.
Okay.
So 2026. So again, not far away from now. But so really good things. See, I kind of kid sometimes. It's like, you're next up. It's just like, here we go.
Yeah.
It's like, learn all you can. So,
well, I encourage parishioners, if you see him around, have a conversation. Yeah. He's a great guy. Awesome story. So
absolutely.
Super cool there.
Absolutely.
Last topic here, and then we'll get everybody out of here. So we're doing a second collection for the Catholic higher education. Can you explain that?
Right. So Catholic higher education, this supports the good work of Catholic University of America, other Catholic institutions, both national and local. I think about Bellarmine University, Spalding. But we try to support their good work, their ongoing work of education on that level of higher education. So it's one second collection among many that we've done. Of course, we continue to do throughout the year. But I encourage people, it's just like, we're getting towards the end of a year. We're going to be doing more giving or asking for more giving, of course, to some extraordinary things. Of course, CSA. Though it's perennial, it's just like it does require more of us, right? That we all make sacrifices if necessary but are mindful to give more, So I know that we ask a lot of folks. I know that second collections are just a part of our kind of a part of our DNA,
right?
But I encourage folks, in addition to your normal giving, to please be generous in those ways. Because again, we're supporting more than just Ascension. We're asked to do that. All parishes are asked to do that. That we support the work of ministry in the local church that is Louisville.
That's right.
So we do our part. So many other parishes do their part. But I highly encourage. That's just an example, right?
It is
the second collection.
Well, and I have another example, if you don't mind me mentioning, the Catholic Education Foundation.
Right.
They have a split the pot that is currently going on. So if you want to get involved, it's $25. Last year, the pot total was a little over $26,000. So you could win quite a bit there.
Good stuff.
So that's going to go on until, I believe, September 26th, the day of the St. X Trinity football game. So if you want to get involved there, you can go to ceflu.org. Again, I think the CEF supports maybe over half of the students at Ascension. So
it's amazing.
Certainly a worthy cause there. So $25, got a chance to win a lot of money. So ceflu.org if you want to get involved there.
That's excellent. Yeah, they do fantastic work at the foundation. I know that we were such great beneficiaries of that. So, so many people. So, kudos to them for that. And any way we can support them and their work.
Fantastic. Yeah. Father, anything before we get out of here?
No, just know my prayers and my ongoing great hope for our life together at Ascension. I think there are just, again, so many great things on the horizon for us as we continue to walk the journey of faith together. So again, know of my prayers, know of my great hope and love for the place and for the people at Ascension. Yeah. So please hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. We're going to be a lot more regular with these podcasts. So hit the subscribe button. That way it pops up right on your phone as soon as we put something out. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back again here shortly.